Assalamualaikum, my name is Oni, and after a long time I decided to go back to that book fair that happens in my city at a specific location, which I am not going to go into details for because I've told you all 1,000 times before and I'm not gonna tell you again. Figure it out. Anyway, I haven't been back to that place for a long time because honestly, for many a moon, I didn't have a good feeling about that place. Same old books, same old stuff, same old boring stuff. But I thought today, man, it's a very nice day. The weather is good. I have nothing to do. It's a Sunday. So, hey, why not go and take a trip down memory lane and see if I can find something good. And man, did I find something really, really good. Magic cards. Apparently, you can find magic cards at a book fair. That happened. So anyway, I came across a guy who was selling these magic packs. He had, I think, 5 or 6 of them. I brought them all because even though I don't know magic on a technical term, I do appreciate the game and especially the artwork. I'm a sucker for the artwork and I am in the process of learning magic, but I just have a hard time grasping all of the stuff. That's not important right now. The important thing is I recognize this packing anywhere. I've seen enough thrift store videos online to basically know that this comes from either a Goodwill or a similar place that you have over there across the pond in America. And how do I know that this is from America? Well, the pricing is in dollars. It's $4.50 apparently, and this one came from a value village. No idea what a value village is, but hey, I'm glad it exists because of them I got my hands on some magic cards. It's something you never find here in Pakistan, at least not for the very low amount that I got these 5 packs for. So we're gonna open them and see what we get. Like I mentioned, I don't have any technical know-how of Magic the Gathering on a very higher level. I don't know if I come across something rare or anything. If you do see something rare, please do let me know and we'll have a fun time. Okay, so here is the first package open. This is a random card. On one side it said that you can find the locations of magic stores apparently, but on the other side you have a creature token, and this is a token for a griffin. Very good artwork, a little basic I do have to say, but yeah, really nice. Now this is something that really interested me when I opened this pack up. I should have opened it on video. I'll do that for the next ones. As you can see, I have never come across this kind of land before. You know, this is foil. I have foil lands before and I've seen the whole artwork land before, but this type of artwork of land with this green design in the box that usually holds the text, this is the first time I come across it, and I have to say it looks really pretty. Unfortunately, the cards are a little bent. You can expect that. They came all the way over from America, and you know, you have to sometimes wonder what were the steps that involved them going from America to a value village and what happened for them to come to Pakistan in my hands. Something to think about. Anyway, this is a forest, very pretty card. A mountain, a swamp. Now this one is very pretty. This purplish look, I really appreciate it and I really like it. Very nice. A Sousa, lost but seeking. What did you lose? I do not miss Fukai forest. It is not my home. My home is Kamigawa. It's people, my family, wherever I set my pack and rest my head, I am home. You have to be positive like that, you know. She's got the right idea. Okay, again, another very pretty card. Like I said, I have never come across this kind of design before, and I'm really glad that I picked these up because, you know, I appreciate the artwork. Another swamp. This is a simple basic land swamp, but it's a foil. Another foil. Swamp. Mountains, basic land, basic island, swamp, island, plains. A very basic artwork, but I have to say it's very serene if you really look at it. You know, you just want to be there to walk among that grass. Plains, Lower scale Kotal. The enlightenment I never found in Ethereum, I have found traced in Kotal scale. Whatever that means. Hey, we have a planeswalker. A fairy. Okay, really cool. We have a good boy, pack leader. Village rights. You were so eager to take and consume, yet when asked to give, you refuse. Hey, Skeleton Archer. I have come across MTG cards before, and one of the first cards that I ever found in Pakistan was Skeleton Archer. So yeah, it's kind of like a nostalgic card for me. Soul Flesh, Even Eyes, none of these are strictly necessary for deadly precision. I think you have the wrong idea there, man. Just calm down. A demon flying creature. What's on the back? Oh, there's something on the back. Friday Night Magic. Join your neighborhood magic meetup. Wizards.com FNM. Cool. Unfortunately, nothing like that exists here in Pakistan. Basic land. Goblin Arsonist. Glorious Anthem. Tempered Veteran. Opt. Now I've seen Opt a lot of times with different artworks, and I think it's a pretty popular card. People really like it. Draw a card, look at the top. Yeah, the crystal purse with the power of Teferi's Planewalker's part. Oh, Teferi, the guy that we just saw. Is that a T or a J? Whatever, man. Let's not waste time. Conspicuous Snoop. Ghostly Mountain. Staunch Shieldmate. Really nice artwork. I really like that shield. Look at that face, man. That is a face of a person who is eager to rain on somebody's parade. Damn, I forgot to open it again on video. Sorry about that, but hey, check out the first card. Screaming Phantom. Really nice artwork. I really like this artwork. I like spooky stuff in general, but you know, the spooky stuff that mixes gothic and medieval and stuff like that. Basically Dark Souls type horror, and yeah, this reminds me of New Londo from Dark Souls, and I really like this card, this artwork. After a slow death in darkness, she flies into a rage at the slightest glimpse of light. Easen up, lady. Carrion Locust, insects, no honor, no glory, no leftovers. Sounds like Pizza Hut. It's a foil. Why does this card feel a bit thicker than the others? I'm gonna have to look into that. Chupacabra. It needs no food, yet still it hungers. Very nice artwork. Ghosts attacking a dinosaur. You know, in any universe, like somebody out there actually thought to mix up necromancy, ghosts, medieval and stuff like that with dinosaurs, and I'm very glad somebody actually thought that up. You know, that is one thing I really love about Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering and even Warhammer to some extent. You just go out with your imagination and stuff like that. Like, who sat down and said, hey, let's have ghosts versus dinosaurs, and it ended up working out beautifully. That's the beauty of these properties in my eye. Defossilize, dinosaur coming back. Fungal Fortitude. Echo of Dusk. A very nice card, very nice artwork if you can see it properly. Very atmospheric. It's a mournful fate to remember so well the taste of blood, yet be forever unable to drink. Bartolome del Presidio, director of Queen's Bay Company. I'm guessing he was he was a vampire, but he's a spirit, so he can no longer drink. Too bad, guy. Maybe take up some smoking? Overwhelming Remorse. What did you do, man? You know, I really love Magic the Gathering artwork for some particular reasons. One of them is artists usually capture an entire story or at least a scene in the artwork. Now the card is called Overwhelming Remorse, and the text says, the flavor text says, Tokasia's face haunted his vision. The explosion still rung in his ears. Mishra kept running and never once looked back. And here you can see these two silhouettes of two characters that we can presume are either haunting him, or he is just very guilty or feeling guilty of doing something to these two people, or he could have helped them. That's what I love about the art of Magic the Gathering and these properties. And then you have a rat, annoying vermin. Egyptian skull flare, nice artwork. With every culling, we bring this world closer to completion. What is this? Warhammer? Lighten up, lady. It's a Phyrexian human. Ravenous Gigamole, Carrion Locust again. Seeker Squire, very nice artwork. I really like the atmosphere captured. Dusk follows the light. Thraxodemon. Another Locust, another Skull Flare. Ashnod's Intervention. Listen, duck. Jix is everywhere, playing every side. Mishra won't even listen. But perhaps Urza will. Who's Urza? Who's Mishra? I have absolutely no idea. Maybe Mishra was that guy we saw in the previous card who was running. Who knows? Another Thraxodemon. Goring Warpler prototype. You may cast this spell with different mana cost, color and size. It keeps its abilities and types. Built to crush walls and wills in equal measure. A bit hard to see what is going on in the artwork, but I'm pretty sure the card is good. Ashnod's Harvester, Gurgling Annoiter, some Lovecraftian kind of looking thing. It's Phyrexian horror, of course it should be Lovecraftian. Corrupt, Disfigure, another Thraxodemon, another Ravenous Gigamole, Clay Reverend, another Skull Flare, another Goring Warplow, another Goring Warplow, Accursed Marauder, Viscera Seer. In matters of life and death, he trusts his gut. That's funny. Dread Return. Those who forget the horrors of the past are doomed to re-meet them. That's nice. Again, a bit hard to see what is actually going on. You have to really get into it to see the shape of the creature, but there is a horse and a guy, and they just realized they messed up by coming here. Here we go. Now this is from the earlier designs of Magic the Gathering. I really prefer the original 90s design of the cards to the modern ones. Don't get me wrong, I really love the modern cards as well, but there is just something more fantastical and more appealing about the older designs of when Magic first started. Obviously this is not from alpha or even beta, because if my understanding is correct, neither alphas or betas had these symbols. I can be wrong, of course. Like I said, I don't have much technical know-how of my Magic the Gathering. I just like the artwork and the general idea of the game, of having this entire world in your pocket. They killed my family to deny me a future. They fed on my ancestry to deny me a past. Really, everybody needs to lighten up. And his name is Crowax. For a moment, I thought it was the Warhammer Primarch, Korvac. Whatever, man. Lighten up, everybody. Bog Wraith. I think I do have this card previously. She died in this swamp, and so will you. Throat Slitter. Some furries are having a field day with this card. I'm not going to get into the details why. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. Yay! The next one, I didn't forget to open it off camera. Okay, Weary Thespian. The Caparati performance has veered off script. So how were the acrobats still moving in perfect unison? Like I mentioned previously, you know how they capture an entire story in the artwork and the flavor text. Now the flavor text implies that something went wrong, but the performance is still going. So maybe they are suggesting something macabre happening or something unexplained. You can see these acrobats in the background in some particular fashion. Yeah, I love Magic the Gathering when it comes to art, man. Okay, we have a pretty lady, an elf, Oak Street Innkeeper. The city is vast and perilous, but there are places where a weary traveler can feel very much at home. Embodiment of insight, creature elemental, landfall. Nice. Hull Drifter. That's a very nice and pretty looking card. The car is what dreams are made of. I think this is from that racing set. Like, of course, that's not some big brain move. The symbol is quite clear, and the car and everything, but a very nice card, man. I really like it. Wind Rider Wizard. It's an ideal method for exploring sky ruins. The drakes sniff me briefly, but then lose interest. So this guy is apparently risking going into drake territory, and they just ignore him. That's interesting. Mocking Sprite. Look at me, everyone. I am a high fae. Watch me do important high fae things. Is that a mockingbird? No, it's a mocking sprite. That face, yeah, I think the artist captured it perfectly. Flood of Recollection. What is the story of my life? Jace tumbled down the waterfall and plunged deep into his past. Sig Appraiser. Oh, I can absolutely verify its authenticity. chuckled Sernai. I was there when it was made. That's some Aslan, you know, the guy from the Lion from Narnia. That's some Aslan kind of dialogue. Fresh start. I know leaving your old life was no easy choice. Welcome, novice Sardul Elsha. Latnam Adept. Every book is a doorway to enlightenment. Curiosity is your key. That is like almost the same thing that I tell people when I tell them to read books, but they never listen. Hamilton burned his leather glove, nearly taking his hand along with it. Then a strange power coursed through him, and the mystery deepens. Staunch crewmate. Leave you? Not a chance. You still owe me money. Okay, I thought this was gonna be something of loyalty, but hey. Unlucky drop. First rule down here is the same as it is on water. Always double check your knots. Captain Landry Storm. Whaling pirates. The only drink is your future is seawater. Merfolk cave diver. Pirate hat. Royal treatment. It's a foil and a very nice foil. I like that artwork. Stay your blades, peasants. Wait, you're getting waylaid by peasants in an apparent ambush or something, and you're still being hardy? Yeah, man, you better start working on that attitude. Very nice artwork, but this artwork is absolutely amazing. Check that out. A dinosaur rampaging through the countryside. Brontodon. Is that a real dinosaur? Not even the smallest, tallest tree stands a chance against the underside of a dinosaur's foot. Apparently that's true. Fierce Empath. Hey, we have another old style car. Oh, we have two of those. Fadia's here. She nurtures each flower from seed to blossom, and in return they whisper secrets only she can hear. Very nice, man. The artwork is really, really nice. Invigorating boon. A little hard to see what's going on in the picture, but if you really look, you can make it out. And when you make it out, you realize that this creature, whatever it is huge. Check out these trees. They're tiny in front of him or her. Bright spores coalesced in empty air. Seedlings burst through barren soils. Genesis has arrived. Scroll of beginnings. Tree folk. Nimata Grove Guardian. Anyone who believes the Elder Dragons are the only ancient powers of this world has spent too much time listening to the Elder Dragons. That is a brilliant, brilliant description, man. Flavor text. I really like that. Oh, we have another rampaging dino. Kavu Primarch. Hey, it's a Primarch. We were talking about Warhammer previously. Wild Growth. Wildwood Scourge. Rishkar Prima Renegade. Aether is the soul of Kaladesh, and all souls should be free. That is true. Moon Mist. Instant. Transform all humans. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt distant to creatures other than werewolves and wolves. Only devil face cards can be transformed. Smell fear. It's fun when they run a little. Pretty nice, man. I'm very happy with this pickup. I did notice that one of the previous packs that we opened, that was all a black deck, or at least a black cards, and this one we opened was majority a green one. So this one is showing red, so maybe it's an entire red group of red cards. Let's find out. Again, I have no technical information. It's not like I don't know, but it's just that I don't have it on the top of my head. Like, I don't know what these sets are. I don't know all of those symbols and stuff. I do have some basic information about it. Like I said, I am in the process of learning Magic the Gathering. It just kind of like, you know, is a little complicated for me. Screaming Fury. He's got an axe to grind. Hey, old cards. Very nice condition old cards. Are these from the first set, the first printing of Magic? Because there are no symbols or anything over there. Forest. Very nice, man. I like me some old school Magic cards. I should really stop, you know, moving the camera with my arms, but it's an awkward position I'm in right now. Okay, we have some land, forest. I'm just checking the artwork. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to go through, like, spend 10 minutes on a single card. Forest. Okay, so the prediction I made, I was gonna say that it didn't seem like the red card was gonna represent all of the cards in red, but just as I'm about to say it, a red card appears. What do we have here? Shock. The tool of invention became the weapons of revolution. Okay, check that out, man. Very nice artwork, I have to say. Cloud Reader Sphinx really captures the majesty of this strange creature, don't you think? Unnatural Speed. One of those cards where it's hard to tell what is actually going on. You have to sit down and really look at it to make sense, and I'm pretty sure when it does, it's going to be very, very good art. How can we hope to match the speed of lightning, the fury of storms, the power of mountains? The answer is simple. We cannot. I advise against this war. Sensei Hisoka, letter to Lord Konda. I think you better listen to the guy. Mountain, Frenzied Raptor, we got some dinosaurs. Scourge Devil. Now this card looks like something straight out of Diablo, the Diablo universe. Check that out. You know, stuff like this I'm pretty sure got Magic banned in the 90s and all that satanic panic stuff that happened. Another unnatural speed. Scrapyard Mongrel. Talking about my friends, I guess. Goblin Warpaint. I have this card before. The Eldrazi may not be intimidated, but if it boosts the Goblin's confidence, I see no reason to discourage it. Yalan Alpha Sentry. Miner's Bane. There are certain stones even dwarves know to leave in the earth. What a beautiful piece of artwork for this land, man. It's a place you just want to go there and, you know, walk for a few hours, clear your head. It's amazing. Fiery Intervention. Burning something is easy, choosing a target can be more difficult. Exactly, you know, words to live by in life. Fire Elemental. The best way to learn from a book on pyromancy is to burn it. Very bad advice, don't live by it. Basic land. Mountain. Lightning Strike. To wield lightning is to tame chaos. Prophetic Prism. To understand Kaladesh, one must first understand how ether and invention flow together through the great ether circle. Hey, Navigated Compass. I have this card previously. The Weatherlight can no longer plane shift, but it can traverse Dominaria with ease. Dominaria. And just like that, we are at our last card now. The last pack. And I know the video is long, but I really appreciate if you go through it. entirely. Anyway, let's see what we got. Splatter Thug. The mask isn't meant to hide his identity, it's meant to keep the viscera out of his eyes. Brutal card. Stampeding Horncrest. Dinosaur. When the Golden City opened, the dinosaurs inside were eager to greet the new visitors. That was a bad welcome, I'm guessing. That was the sound of my battery telling me that it's about to die, so wrap it up quickly. Generator Servant. King Street Hooligan. Rock chows like a holiday, only it isn't on the calendars, and instead of dancing you knock people flat, and instead of giving gifts you break stuff. I'm sure some people find amusement in that. Nidopeak Spider. It's a testament to the forest devastation that giant spiders now make their homes amid Dominaria's barren spires. As Naf Green Seeker. Giants. You know, I've never understood the phobia. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I've never had a fear of spiders, so I never saw the appeal or the fear that people have of seeing a giant spider. Not judging. Aki avalanches. Among Godot's hordes, beware of falling rocks came to mean Aki live nearby. Crown hunting hireling. While most in Paliano seek fame through favor, he'll settle for infamy through blood. Crack Clan Ogre. Looks like something out of the Dark Sun universe of the Dungeons and Dragons setting. Ogre Servant. He's an oxymoron. Another Generator Servant. Hostile Minotaur. Do you know any Minotaurs that are not hostile? Maybe in the Warcraft universe. The bellow of a Minotaur always translates to charge. Exactly my point. Gorehorn Minotaurs. See? Some of the elven Minotaurs clans of Myrtin are expert crafters and learned philosophers. Others just like to hit stuff. The stadium is well stocked with hazards to force the action if combatants show too much caution. Magma Hylian. Again, that same old stuff, you know, the flavor text, it's telling a story. And this Magma Hylian is basically one of those things that the stadium just lets it out if the contestants are showing too much caution. Loves this kind of stuff in Magic, man. Angelic Curator. Do not treat your people as you treat your artifacts. Let them go and they will live. Seal them here and they will die. Urza the Radiant. Again, this Urza, who is... I'm gonna look it up. Glorious Reinforcer. Very nice artwork. I love the artwork of MTG, but you know those artworks that have specific characters in all their focused glory? I really love those. You are unworthy of life. Okay, calm down. But take heart, you have earned a clean death. Not much of a reward. Scour the desert. Even in the most barren wastelands, every death feeds more life. Earthbound Javeliner. Abiding Grace. Enchantment. Into the smothering dark, Sarah spoke a single word. Hope. You know, the last word spoken in the Legacy of Kain series is also hope. So a little close to home, that card. Soul Snare. That's a terrifying piece of artwork, brilliant in its concept. You know, this is kind of stuff that I'm pretty sure led to the banning of MTG and Satanic Panic. Obviously, this is modern artwork, not from the 90s, but hey, they're still at it. Shackle the body and the anguish lasts only until death. Shackle the soul and the wicked can be punished for eternity. Inquisitor Laren, you really need to get a hobby. Another Abiding Grace. We have an Earthbound Javeliner in foil. Throbbing Watcher. Angel. Fear not the angel's constant eyes. Ever on watch from lightless skies, eternal vigil will we keep, protectors of the blessed sleep. Beautiful card. Everything is upside down. Rushwood Dryad. To a druid, every tree in the forest is both a doorway and a window. Again, the giant spider. Hey, we have a cat. Suspiciously, it looks like the cat I have, my pet. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep this card. Very okapi. Be like the grazers of the Saruli. Keep your herd close and stay alert for encroaching danger. We have another Poochie. Rona Stalwart. Is that a pillar that she's about to throw? Give me some room. Okay, apparently it is. Hey, we have some old art, old card designs for Magic the Gathering. Giant growth. I have this card in multiple, sorry. I have this card in multiple artworks. I think it's one of those cards that's really like stuck around in MTG for a long time. Well, you can say most about most of the cards. Arbor Ornament. Lenovor's bow are ever ready to unleash an autumn of steel leaves. Song of Lassies. No. Frialis. Sorry about that. Canopy Gorger. It looks like those King Kong monsters from Peter Jackson's King Kong, and it's a worm, so yeah. Very nice artwork, I have to say, very creepy looking. The settlement's defenders were glad to have such a massive ferocious creature join the fight, but less glad to see it flatten their homes along the way. So a bit of an oxymoron, I guess. You won the war, but at what costs? Iron Shell Beetle. Please don't feed the beetles. Promenade warning sign. What do you even feed a beetle? Are there any beetle keepers in the comments down below? Let me know. And we have a card that is very bent out of shape in one corner. Sad about that. Naturalize. Again, one of those cards that you really have to look at, and now that I am looking at, it's a dinosaur with a sword stuck to his feet, and we can see the neck going all the way up in the distance with the birds. Very beautiful artwork, I really have to say. Better to let the sword go than to lose the arm with it. Captain Landry Storm. Hey, it's Landry Storm. We came across him in a previous card. Now this is the last card. Let me just say one more time, I really appreciate Magic the Gathering cards. I know it's a brilliant game, but I'm more of the art and the flavor text guy, because check this out. It's barely a full line, a single code, but you can complete an entire story or at least build a scenario of what might have happened. There's a group that came across this huge dinosaur. Somebody tried to escape. Their sword got stuck in the dinosaur's feet. They tried to get it, and Captain Landry Storm probably yelled at them to let it go, not to lose your arm. For just let the sword go, don't lose your arm. That's the beautiful thing about Magic the Gathering, man. I really love the artwork and the little stories that every card, or at least almost every card, tells. It's like having these thousands of small stories in your pocket. If you are one of those guys that takes your deck everywhere and challenges every person, like Geralt in The Witcher. So that was pretty much basically all the Magic stuff that I found at a book fair. Now that doesn't mean that I didn't pick up a book, and here is the book pickup of the day. Bam! It's Star Wars Slave Ship. No idea what the series is about apart from the description I read in the back. And this book is about Boba Fett and a bounty and his adventure. It's a book 2 of the Bounty Hunter Wars. Unfortunately, no book 1, no book 3. I don't know how many are there, but the backstory, it made it seem like it's a self-contained story, so I instantly picked it up because I'm a sucker for these retro books, these retro fantasies, Star Wars, Dragonlance, Dungeons and Dragons, Forgotten Realms, Warhammer, anything that is retro in my opinion. And I am very eager to go through it and see what all the fuss is about that Boba Fett has gotten himself into. So there you have it, a lot of Magic cards, a lot of stuff. And I hope you enjoyed the video. This is one of the longest videos that I have done on my channel, and I'm pretty sure it's very boring for a lot of people, but if you did stick around until the end, I do hope that you liked it. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.